For my community needs project, I organized a career fair at the Fort Smith Adult Education Center that took place on September 30th. We had 15 vendors from across the area participate. Those vendors were Air Force and Navy Recruiting, Arkansas Rehabilitation Services, Arthur's Beauty College, Avon, Carl Albert State College, Single Parent Scholarship Fund, Simmons Foods, Sykes Enterprises, Tech Staffing, Track Staffing, UA Fort Smith, Western Arkansas Migrant Education Cooperation, WorkSource, and Boast. We estimated that a couple hundred people attended the career fair, mostly students who were already at the Adult Education Center taking classes. The impact of the career fair allowed for the students to make contact with local employers, colleges, and staffing agencies. I witnessed multiple applications being filled out, which was very exciting for me. I hope the lasting effect of this project will be students at adult education finding employment or choosing to further their education through the contacts they made at the career fair. I think the most valuable lesson I learned was how important communication and teamwork are when organizing an event of this size, and also how rewarding it is to witness those efforts come to fruition. My recommendation that I would suggest to further this would be to try and reach more people with advertising so more people from outside adult education can attend. I put up flyers, and there was also a television spot in 4029 with one of the employees at adult education promoting the event. However, most of those in attendance were students taking classes that day at Adult Education Center. My key points of contact were Dr. Gary Udaj, who is the director at Adult Education, and also Leanne and Nichelle, who are employees at Adult Education and became vital team members. Leanne and Gary were gracious enough to use money from their community service fund to order catering for the vendors. That was a big hit with the vendors. They really appreciated that. There were no ethical issues that arose. However, the biggest unforeseen challenge of the day was parking. I arrived 2 hours prior to the start of the event, and the parking lot was already full with students and faculty, which was something that I did not think of beforehand. To remedy the situation, Gary identified faculty vehicles and was able to double park the vendors behind those vehicles. This sounds like a minor deal, but Gary showed teamwork and also leadership by getting outside and directing traffic, which freed me up to help inside with the vendors set up and attend to any needs that they had. The realistic outcomes for this project over the next 6 to 12 months are exciting because Dr. Udaj would like to make this event happen 1 or 2 times a year, fall and spring semester from now on, make it a recurring event. Along with the applications that were filled out and the connections made by the students with employers and local colleges, I think that this is the best news outcome. To sum up my experience, I feel very proud to possibly had a hand in helping a student find a job or choose to further their education. I also made some new friends with the vendors I was able to meet and talk with. I learned how valuable and vital teamwork is when undertaking a project of this size, and also I was overwhelmed by the adult education employees who offered their help, and they were genuinely glad to do so. They wanted this event to be a success just as much as I did, so that was really awesome. What started out as an assignment that I needed to do to graduate evolved into an event that I truly did care about and I was invested in. And to be honest, the feeling that I had watching the hallway filled with the students, talking to the vendors, talking to colleges, that made this experience much more than just an assignment, and I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to do this. So thank you, and good luck to my classmates who are graduating this fall, and best wishes.
You are? Oh.
Susan from WorkSource. Susan, could you tell me a little bit about what services you offer and how this career fair has benefited WorkSource?
Yes, Nick. WorkSource, we're an employment staffing company. We're based here in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and we offer an array of employment opportunities to applicants. We service companies here in the Fort Smith, Arkansas, Fort Smith, Van Buren, Greenwood areas. We have a variety of positions from industrial to administrative, clerical. We even have a trucking division.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We really love coming to job fairs because it gives us an opportunity to reach out to applicants. It gives us an opportunity to explain to them the jobs that we have, over their qualifications and skill sets. Because basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to match up the applicant with companies that have internal positions that they're looking to fill on a long-term basis. We do offer temp to hire, contract to hire, or even someone that just wants to work seasonal positions. But basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to find someone that is wanting to hire on with the company long-term, that they'll be able to utilize their skill sets and their experience, a place that has advancement opportunities, great benefit package, decent pay. Because that's ultimately what our applicants are asking for. But these job fairs give us opportunity to speak with applicants, get resumes, have them fill out an application, and then once we verify their employment, get information regarding their work history, then we'll invite them into our office and be able to have a sit down and interview with them. And that's when we can actually go into our database and see what we have as far as employment opportunities and then discuss what it is that we think they might be interested in.
All right. Well, thank you for coming again, and thank you for your time.
Well, I think the fair went really well today. It looked like we had a couple hundred students come through, Nick. So, thank you. That went great. You got a great crew of employers and colleges and other educational opportunities, and that really means a lot to us because when we get these students, we want them to get a GED, we want them to learn English, but we want them to do that next thing. And we're actually held accountable for our students either going to post-secondary training or getting a job. So our job is to not just get that GED, but we got to get them to that next thing. So things like this are hugely beneficial to us and to our students because, you know, obviously our students can just walk down the hall and then here's this career fair. And a lot of them aren't aware of those things when they go on in town. You know, if the university's having it or something like that, they may or may not know about it, or, you know, we'll try and take some over, but it's not as convenient. And then, you know, they're here, they're among friends, they feel comfortable, I think. And I saw a lot of them really talking to a lot of employers and schools that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. So I appreciate you putting this thing on for us.
All right.